good, JOO fam? It's your girl, Robin. Welcome to Just Our Opinion. I am here with my big sister, Miss Tina J. What's up, boo?
What's up, boo? Thanks for having me.
Today we are talking about Ladies' Night.
Oh,
It's Ladies' Night.
Those are pretty cool.
It is Ladies' Night as we sip on the Bellaroo. And we talking about been there, done that. So we're gonna give you some relationship advice. Before we do that, we're gonna give you our resume, so to speak, and why we are, I guess, qualified to give relationship advice.
I guess maybe.
So Tina, you go first.
Well, my relationship advice is have fun in your relationships most of all.
Wait, you got to. Why are you qualified to give relationship advice first?
My husband has been my man since I was 16.
Okay.
He was
How
my
long
high
you been
school.
married?
We've been married 10 years. We have four children. The oldest is being 32. The youngest is being 29. We are grandparents. And we've been through quite a bit of ups and downs, round and rounds, ins and outs. You name it, we've probably been through it. Um, he was really my first true love,
Okay.
for real, for real. That's not a joke. That's not a game. That is really honest to God truth. Um, at 16, he was the man.
Okay.
And right now in my life, he's still the man.
Okay, I dig that. So, as you all know, I am married. I have been married for 10 years as well. Two kids. I did not have children until I got married.
It's a good
I
thing.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I get to toot that horn very loudly.
Yeah, beep beep.
I met my husband when I was 28. So I lived my 20s. I lived my 20s. I had a ball in my 20s, which is why I feel that I am qualified because I definitely have been there and done that.
My 20s were lit.
Listen, I definitely
A-
have been there and done that.
As the younger generation would say, it was litty.
Listen, listen. So, because I have definitely been there and done that and was able to secure the bag,
That's a
because
good thing.
at the end of the day, dating is supposed to have a purpose.
Yeah, I don't think you should just, definitely shouldn't date without a purpose. There should be something going into dating. You shouldn't just be saying, "Oh, he's cute. I want to date him."
Right, right,
That's not a good reason to date somebody, in my opinion.
right.
So, I think you should look for qualities because I'll say this. My husband has a lot of qualities that my dad had.
Mm,
And I
mm.
did not realize that until years later. And I'm like, wow, this is some stuff my dad did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it made me love him more. I don't even know if I can love him any more than I do right now. But I mean, we've had very good times. So,
So it's so interesting you should say that. Do you think that it becomes a certain point, or women or girls get to a certain age where they start to unconsciously look for their dad in a guy?
well, I'll say this. That could very well be true, but some dads are not worth looking after. So
That part.
I had a wonderful dad actually. So any qualities of my dad that my husband has are a plus.
Okay. So okay, because you hear about young ladies running around with daddy issues. That's a big thing. She got daddy issues. She got daddy issues. I can proudly say that I never had to have that problem because I had a great dad. so that I never had to grow up with daddy issues. However, I can say that I can also see similarities from my husband to my father. I can definitely
absolutely.
see what I saw in my husband because I like, oh yeah, my dad used to do that. Like
Yeah,
I can definitely see it as
absolutely.
well.
Like I'll say this is one quality that I love about my husband. He's a great provider.
Mhm.
He makes sure that there's nothing I want for or nothing that I can't get. My dad was the same way. There was nothing that my mother wanted and didn't have or couldn't get. He made sure he gave her the best of him, and everything that he gave her was the best.
Right.
So those are qualities that my husband have, and I love it.
And you know something? My dad was the same way. Like my mom wanted for absolutely nothing. And I'm spoiled. Like I
Yeah,
am
I am
downright
a brat.
spoiled.
My husband says it all the time. You know, you so spoiled. I'm like, well, I mean, hey. And I have my children are spoiled as well, and that's something that I make sure when I meet the person that they're dating. That's one thing I let them know off rip.
Mhm.
They're spoiled, and if you can't handle that, leave them where they are.
Listen.
Please leave them where they are, and let me continue to do what I was doing for them.
Mhm.
Don't come in and disrupt what they got.
So you have four daughters,
I
correct?
do.
What would be the first thing you would tell your daughters to look for in a mate?
It's so hard now because the pickings they have to choose from now is
Slim.
almost. I won't even say slender. It's almost disgusting.
Truth.
How
Truth.
I'll put that. So the first thing I would tell them to look for is a man who has his ish together. First of all, you need to have a job and you need to be able to provide not only for me, but you need to be able to provide for yourself first. If you can't take care of yourself, you dang on sure can't take care of me.
Okay. So for me, I think I am where you live. Like, do you live with your mama? You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying?
That's
What you
that all
driving?
goes into taking care of
Yeah,
yourself
like,
because you cannot live with your
sir,
mama.
do you have a job?
Yeah,
Do you live on your own? Like, I'm not even asking you to be making six figures. I'm not asking you to be driving a Bentley. I'm not asking none of that of you. But I'm
I
asking
don't
you,
want you to drive no Bentley no way because if you driving a Bentley, you got too many bills and you can't help me.
like, I'm asking you to not live with your mama. I'm
Please
asking.
have your own spot. I
I'm
do not want to
asking
go in
you.
your mama basement to visit you.
Period. I'm asking you to be able to drive yourself to work and not be trying to drop me off at work and
In
drive
my
around,
car.
and drive around in my car all
Yeah.
day.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm asking you to not be trying to lay up in my house all day. Like, we need to be able to, I come over your house, you go over my house. Like, we need to
It
be
need
able
to
to
be
do
a
that
mutual
part.
understanding on that
We
part.
need to be able to do that
We
part.
need to be able to go to your place or my place.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's a big one too. Like I really, I mean, in certain circumstances, you may be able to say, well, yeah, I live with my mom.
Turn the volumes all the way up.
She would, I had to move back with my mom because she needed my
Like, all
help
the way
or
up.
whatever. Or I'm living with my mom because she got ill or some stuff like that. But you just can't be living with your mama just because you don't want to be paying no rent.
Right, right.
Or you don't want to pay no bills.
Right. Like,
that don't fly.
what's your reason for living with your mama?
Right.
Like,
Is
why
it
you live with your
medically?
mama?
Is it a medical reason? Is it
Like, why you live with your mama?
Yeah.
What's your reason for living with your mama?
What's the deal with that?
And if you can tell me, and don't get me wrong, in the climate that the world is in right now, if you living with your mama because shit is just hot,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
don't get me wrong. If you living with your mama because shit is just hot, and your mama and
It's
you
a struggle between the both of y'all.
right, y'all working this thing out together, then I'm not mad at
I
that.
ain't mad
but
at
what
you.
you not gonna do is be in the basement of your childhood home.
No.
That's what you not gonna do.
That's what you not gonna
That's
do.
what you not gonna
I'm
do.
gonna need you to come on up the stairs and out the door.
Seriously.
Because I just
or your mama better be living with you.
There you go. Yeah.
Your mama better be living with you.
Yeah, because
we not playing them games.
No.
We not playing them games.
Sit at your house and we sitting in the living room with you and your mama.
At all. Under no circumstances.
We gonna play footsies under the table? Because, you gotta have, even living with your mama or your mama living with you, there's still some type of respect level that you have to have for your parents.
First of all, your mama not about to hear me moaning.
That part.
That's what's not gonna happen.
No.
Your mama is not gonna be the one telling me where to find the rag afterwards.
Hello.
And where the linen closet is down the hall.
Like, do you think your mama up? I could go to the bathroom right quick? No, we're not doing that. That's not happening.
I am not 17, 18 years old no more, my God.
No. And back even then it wasn't cool.
No.
Not to me. But things happen. Listen. Okay. All right. So we got the he needs to at least have something going on for himself, right? Yeah.
So what would be thing number 2 that you would tell your daughters to look for dating a guy?
I would tell them to look at his attitude, his temper. Because if he got a bold temper, and if he's the least bit feeling like if you feel in the least bit that he'll hit you, that's an exit. That's an exit right there.
Is he cutting up on the waitress?
Yeah, the things like that, like simple things that you cutting up on for, like, and you looking like, really, that made you mad? You're not the one.
Like, is he in the restaurant getting hella angry with the waitress, right, like, because she didn't bring him no ketchup,
or he ain't got no salt for his fries?
Right, like sir,
no, we can't. No.
Why are you that angry over French fries?
Anger management.
Like,
it's
sir,
some anger issue somewhere happened along the line. Your mama didn't give you what you wanted on your plate or something, but you cannot have anger issues. And the thing with dating, and when you take it to the next level, you see red flags.
Oh yeah.
You see the red flags. They are.
We like to ignore them. As women, we love to ignore them red flags.
That's a problem.
As women, we love ignoring them red flags.
Exactly, because then when you get the red flag and you get so deep in, you like, dang, I really did see those red flags. But at the end of the day, you kept going. Why?
All right, so I'm going to ask a question that's going to get me in trouble.
Oh, don't get me in trouble with you.
We're going to get everybody in trouble.
Don't get me in trouble.
We're going to get everybody in trouble.
I don't want any trouble.
We're going to get everybody in trouble.
I don't want any trouble.
How would you advise a woman to find a man of status?
Oh, that's hard.
Because you got all these...
Where are you going to go?
You got all these women out here that... And I'm a be straight up. And I'm talking specifically to the women over 40 now. 35, 40, right? You got all of them, I got this career and this, that, and the third. And, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to do this. He has to have this, and this. And they have this long list of things that this man has to have. Not understanding and not realizing that they are not top tier real estate no more. Let's just be very, very honest about this.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and a lot of women don't like this man, but I thought he was great.
Ooh, don't do it.
Yes, I am gonna.
Ooh, don't do it.
He is no longer in the land of the living.
But
don't
baby, do it.
I agree with a whole lot of stuff that man said. Because at what point, how do you think you a 10 and you a whole 3?
Period.
How do you think you a 10? What makes you a 10? What made you a 10? At 40, you done been there and done that for real. Several times with several folks.
So Tina, listen. I'm going to tell you something that your husband told me in my 20s.
And I already know.
I was 20-something years old. And your husband looked at me one day and was like, hey, little sis, when you gonna settle down? And I looked at him and was
I
like,
remember that day like it was yesterday.
I looked at him and was like, what do you mean by that? When I'm gonna settle down? He said, let me tell you something. He sat me down and said,
I remember that.
if you make it to 30
Without
and you are not married and ain't had no kids, you selfish as hell. And I said,
I'm surprised he didn't say the other thing.
he did.
Okay.
He did. I'm
You
trying to
keep
not
it
get us
clean.
canceled. I'm trying to not get us canceled.
Okay, you keeping it clean.
I'm trying to
I
not get
know
us canceled.
Exactly what he said. And
He
that's
called
the
me a selfish bitch, is what he said.
That's the nice version.
He called me he said, if you make it there, you're a selfish bitch, is what he said.
I'm surprised he didn't kick out the punk bitch word, because that's his thing.
So I said, wait, why would you say something like that? And he said, listen, let me break this down for you. Let me tell you how a man sees it. He said, a man sees it that if you make it to 30 years old and ain't never been married and don't have no kids. Now, here I am wearing my no kid badge of honor.
I have no children.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Excuse
wearing this
me?
badge of honor at this point. I'm 27 years old and I'm wearing this badge of honor at this point. And he tells me, he said, you're damaged goods from a man's point of view. He was like, because as we see it, you've had opportunity. You've dated. You done messed around with this dude, that dude, and the next dude. You've been in this relationship, that relationship, and the next relationship.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're the effing problem. And
Yeah.
that's literally what he said to me.
Oh yeah, you're putting it in a very nice way, because I know how
He
said
said
it.
he said at this point, you're the effing problem.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I was like,
I'm appalled. How
I
could
was
you
like,
say
oh
that
my
to your little
goodness.
sister?
Now keep in mind, I'm wearing this badge of honor.
Like,
You
I
know what I'm
don't
saying?
have
Like,
no
I ain't got no
kids.
kids. I'm out here with my career. I'm out here
I'm
doing
living
it.
life.
And he said,
I got
exactly.
my own place, my own car.
I got my
I'm
own
living
place. I'm
life.
taking care of myself. I got my own this, own that, blah, 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 blah.
And
And
you
he said,
like, nobody gives a
exactly.
shit.
He said, nobody cares. That's exactly your problem. And I said, what do you mean that's my problem? He said, that's the problem.
You feel like
you
you
out
don't
here
need
running
nobody.
around acting like you don't need a. And I
Yeah.
said,
Like you don't need a ninja.
oh. He said, sis, I'm just telling you how men see it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness. He said, so you got 3 years to work that shit out.
Yeah.
I went,
I gotta get together.
oh my goodness.
I gotta get it together.
Do you know I got married 2 days before my 30th birthday? I got married 2 days before my 30th birthday.
Absolutely. I was
My
there.
son was born 2 months after my
My 30th.
31st birthday.
Yes.
I remember looking at your husband after I got married and was like, I made it. He was like, you did. Now where that baby at?
Yeah.
When
That
I got
sounds
pregnant
just
with
like
Princey, he was like, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, cause he was like,
I remember he did that. I did him. I think, did I do him a barbecue in the backyard or something? when you
we
was
got a
pregnant?
comment from my husband and it says men generally don't care about a woman's finances or career.
I could believe that. Because at the end of the day, a man is going to be a man. And if he genuinely cares for you and loves you, your money, your situation, none of that's going to matter.
It don't mean nothing to him.
It don't mean nothing
Especially
to him, 'cause
a
he
high
don't
value
need it.
man.
He doesn't need it.
He don't need it.
He don't even want it.
Your stuff is extra.
Yeah.
You are bringing extra to the house at this point.
Exactly.
And especially a high value man,
Yeah.
he don't care nothing about what you got
'Cause
going on.
it don't mean nothing to him.
He don't care.
'Cause
Look,
there's nothing you could give him anyway.
period. I crack up when I hear these women talking about my man want me to pay half. Half for what, ma'am? What are you? Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something straight up. And I don't want y'all to get mad at me. If my husband dropped dead today, God forbid, I wouldn't even know how to pay my mortgage. I'd be trying to find letters. I'd be trying to call folk. In my tears, I'd be trying to figure out how to pay our mortgage.
Well, I won't say that. I won't even say paying half is bad. Because there are some situations where you need that.
Listen,
But
as
if
a woman, I feel like our job is to have their backs.
Absolutely.
That is our job. So, whereas he might not care about my career and my finances, I care because if something happens on his end, it is my job to be able to catch it. You know what I'm saying? It is my job.
You can't let it fall.
To be able to catch him.
Absolutely.
However, that is not my primary job. Absolutely. I am not supposed to be carrying this household.
No.
And y'all chicks that's out here carrying households baffle me. This shit baffles me.
Well, you got some women out here carrying households because that's all they could do. To have him there.
Yeah.
That's just some.
That part.
Just some women like to take care of me. Unfortunately, I'm not that woman.
I ain't never been.
I will 100% have my husband's back from the front to the back, from the top to the bottom, from here to around the corner. I got your back, no matter what.
But I ain't carrying nothing.
And if I have to carry it because of a situation that happens, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Carried it 100%. I can carry it.
But it is not my job to be the head of household.
I ain't here to do that.
It's not my job to be head of household. And I'm not trying to be.
No.
And I'm not trying to be. That's the part. Like, I think a lot of women, first of all, and I'm going to probably get canceled for this. I despise, like, if I had a time machine, I think I would probably go back to where the point that the women's lib movement came into play. Like, where they decided that women to get jobs and, like, who started this and why. And who
would say such a thing, right?
And can we go back?
You know, I seen a post on Facebook one day that said, where are the grandfathers? And I'm paraphrasing because I'm not sure of the wording it said, but it was, where are the grandfathers who pay all the bills and that sort of thing, right?
Somewhere with the women that cooked
and I was about to
cleaned.
That was the other part of the post that said, well, where is the grandmas that did everything in the house, and the man didn't have to come home to do nothing but sit down at the table and get his plate. House was clean, clothes was washed, kids was fed, all of that. Well, in this day and time, that ain't what's happening.
Listen, I've been off work all week this week. There has not been a day my husband has came home and dinner was not done. I've been off work all week. He has come home all week and dinner was done. I have literally spent my week organizing this house. Like, I'm talking, I went to the doggone store and bought bins and all kind of stuff. And I've been organizing the house and shelves and units and our bedroom and putting stuff in. I'm like, I done lost my whole mind.
Everything got a place now.
And I done lost my mind in this house. And I'm room to room. I'm moving room to room. And I told him, like, it's because my husband's kind of a hoarder. And I told him, I said, listen, I got a time period on how long it's going to take me to get to this spot.
My husband is the exact opposite. He is a neat freak. Everything needs a place. I get fussed at all the time because my desk is always a mess.
Oh, no, my husband's a neat freak, but he's a hoarder.
Ryan ain't hoarding nothing.
Like, he's a hoarder. Like, he literally, I was like, I'm doing the basement last. And he was like, but wait a minute. I got some stuff down there. That I said, that stuff been in that basement since we moved in. If you ain't needed it in 4 years, you still don't need it. He was like, but babe, I said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna do it while you at work. Cause if you don't know it's there,
you won't know it's gone.
You won't know it's gone.
This is true.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
That's what my husband would do to me. He would just go in the basement and start throwing stuff away. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, my hair stuff is down here. Don't just throw stuff away. You just can't do that.
If you don't know it's there, you won't know it's gone. He don't need that.
Every hair thing in that basement. Everything that deals with hair in that basement, I know what it is.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
I don't know about that, Tina. I'm gonna have to try you on that one.
You done been down there. You seen the setup for the hair club.
I mean, yeah, cause
you done had to come and get
during the pandemic. I wasn't taking not getting my hair done.
Yeah, it was quite a few of y'all that was knocking on my door during the pandemic.
Yeah, cause you wasn't gonna not do my hair. You want me? They had us locked in the house for almost 2 years, and you thought I was gonna go 2 years natural?
Yeah.
My sister does my hair. This is foolishness. I'm going to visit. I'm going to quarantine at my sister's house
while we're doing my
while
hair.
she's doing my hair, sir. No, thank you. I don't think so. Okay, so we got some questions.
Oh my.
All right. So these should be fun.
Let me have a drink on this one.
Okay, Tina, and we'll both answer the question. If you were a cocktail, what would you be and why?
Strawberry lemonade.
Why?
Because I can be sweet and sour all at the same time.
I would probably be a whiskey sour. I would probably say a whiskey sour. Simply because I'm a little sour, a little sweet, but then I can hit hard. It's like knock you on your behind at the end of the night.
I can go for that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can go for that.
So I'd probably go with that.
I could go for that for you.
Yeah, that's what I'd have to go with. If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
To be invisible.
Why?
Because sometimes you just don't need to see some of the stuff that's going on that I'm doing. You don't need to see all that. You need to mind your business. No, you don't need to be all in. The invisible power would be lovely. What would yours be?
A superpower, if I had to pick my superpower, I would probably want to be able to, I can't remember the actual name of, my husband like fusses at me about this all the time because I always get the name of the superpower wrong. And the reason, let me explain, the reason I get the name of the superpower wrong is because I watch Charmed. And on Charmed,
I did love Charmed.
And on Charmed, they call it something different. Mm-hmm. So I always call it what they call it on Charmed, and then my husband corrects me and use the superhero term for it. On
Sounds
Charmed,
like your husband.
On Charmed, they called it orbing. And I know he in the comments, so I know he gonna correct me on what it's called. But basically, it's being able to move from one place to another. Teleporting. Yes. 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 Teleporting.
That's his Virgo intuition in the other place.
Yes, and he literally just put it in the comments. Teleporting. If I could pick my own superpower, I would teleport.
That's a really good superpower to have.
Yes,
though,
I would teleport.
Really.
Hey Marshall, how you doing, boo? Yes, I would teleport.
That's a good superpower to have.
Yes, if I could pick my own superpower, it would be teleport. Have you ever sexed? And if so, give us the juicy deets. You gotta answer it. Come on.
I don't know.
Oh, don't lie to me. You can't sit at this table and lie.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay? Let me break this down to you then. Since you want to act like you don't know what sexting is.
No idea what that means.
Sexting is sending freaky text messages.
Absolutely. Who has not done that?
Deets. We need details.
I can't tell y'all all my business.
Okay, I'll go first. Ladies, one of the bits of relationships advice that I will give you is to sext often with your mate. My husband and I sext very often, and it is one of those things that is really beneficial for that build up to your sex life. It really brings that spark.
I will say it does add a spark.
It does add the spark.
It is very exciting for the other companion.
Yes. It is. It's really a good build up.
And I really think it puts a smile on their face when that text message.
Oh heck yeah!
Through.
Be sitting at work minding your business.
What's going down when I get home tonight?
You be sitting at work minding your business. Like I literally was in a meeting once and his whole cock popped up on my screen, and I was just like, yo. Sir, as a matter of fact, I was getting my hair done I had to literally call him like, yo, Tina is behind my shoulders,
It's
sir.
a good thing that I don't be in your phone like that.
I'm like, she's behind my shoulders, sir. You cannot just be sending your penis through the phone mail, sir. You cannot be doing that. You can't be teleporting the penis through my phone, sir. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Your penis is not supposed to have superpowers and teleporting through my phone, sir. However, I will say that if you are not sexting with your mate, you should start doing it because it is awesome for...
I will say this. It is very... For a man to get that sexting, text message,
Mm-hmm.
it does something. I don't know if it does something to their ego.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happens. But at the end of the night, when it goes down, it goes down.
Oh, yeah, because they're going to make you back all that up. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing you ain't ready to back up, though.
Please don't.
Listen, ladies, don't be talking about where you gonna take it and how you gonna take it.
And
if
you flip upside down,
listen,
and turn upside.
If you said that you was gonna slang from the ceiling fans, and you better be ready to do every bit of that, because they gonna hold you.
You better get the Mimi shower curtain out.
They holding you to all of that.
All of it.
You don't get to.
You don't get to play that game and not.
No.
Fall and not come through.
No, sexting is a binding contract.
Yes.
You gotta hold on to what you said.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to that. You cannot do that and then come home and you snore.
No.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Wake up. Wake up. Okay. What is one sexual fantasy that you have? Yep, it goes there.
I don't know if it's really because people do all the time. I've never done it, but I wouldn't mind doing it. I would love to have sex on the beach in the rain.
Yo. Okay, so listen. We got this going joke about this narc dog, right?
Uh-huh.
This is going joke in our marriage about this narc dog. We were like on our honeymoon and having the best time ever on our honeymoon, all kinds of contraband on our honeymoon. And this dog ran up on us and we was like, yo, I think that dog's a fed. I think it's a narc dog. You know what I'm saying? Like the dog out to get us.
Coming all for you.
And look, Vaughn in the comments now talking about narc dog. It's like, listen, but absolutely, try that one.
I'm sure that's probably amazing.
Yes, try that one. Try that one. Sexual fantasy. See, here's the thing. Let me tell y'all something about me. I am one of those people that fantasies don't stay fantasies long for me. I am fortunate enough to have a husband and a mate that is usually like, hey, screw it, let's go. You know, like, so fantasies don't stay fantasies long for me. Like, I'd be like, yo, I was thinking, and he'd be like, all right, let's go for it. So, I haven't had one lately, because every time I had one, it'd be like, we try to figure out how to make that happen. Like, I probably got one that he wouldn't go for, and because the church people probably watching, I'm not gonna say it, but I probably got one. I think I got one. You know, you got your church people, my church people. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that, but I probably got one that he wouldn't go for, and you know, I don't think Jesus would like it either. So.
We want to stay in good standings with
right.
Jesus. Okay. We want to stay in his good graces.
Right. All right. What's your number one tip for spicing things up in the bedroom?
Well, my bedroom is always spicy.
So what's your number one tip?
Always make your husband feel wanted.
Okay.
Always make him feel wanted. Make him feel like he's the best thing that has ever happened to you. And, and it will never go wrong, I promise.
I would have to say my number one tip would be to, as much as possible, stay the woman he fell in love with.
Absolutely, that's a good one.
We all change. We all change.
Every 7 to 10 years, there's a change coming about.
You know, we all change. We all evolve. However, there are some core things about you that made him fall in love with you in the first place.
Yeah.
And I would say, as much as possible,
keep that person alive.
Yeah, stay the person he fell in love with. If the person he fell in love with was funny and spontaneous, you know, don't all of a sudden become a stick in the mud.
That.
Right, you know.
No, we ain't gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, like stay.
We gonna be able to do all that.
Yeah, stay the person he fell in love with. Absolutely. That would be my bit of advice.
That's absolutely. I agree.
What is your biggest turn on physically? Your biggest turn on physically?
I just like this I just like to see him when he gets out the shower after he cuts his hair and he gets dressed and put on the smell good. I'm like, yeah, look at you again. I'm gonna see you later, okay?
Okay.
I love it. I love his bald head. I've loved his bald head since I was a teenager.
Okay.
So
he been bald head that long?
Well, he has not been bald head that long, but he wore this tight fade. And, you know, I used to wear nails back in the day. I don't do that no more. And that was my thing, just to grip the back of his head all the time.
Okay.
That was my thing.
Okay. I would have to say my number one turn on physically. Ooh. I would have to say a nice upper torso. Mm-hmm. Like, that would have to be mine.
Okay.
I gotta, like,
the
that
physique is tight.
Yeah, like, that would be my number one turn on. Like,
so back in the day is what I would call it. Back in the day, my husband had what they called back in the day was a baller belly. I loved it. And so now at this age now, he still has it, but of course they don't call it a baller belly anymore. But
it's a dad bod now.
He got a dad body.
It's called a dad bod now.
It still does it for me.
The baller belly. Yeah, and I think it's because I'm one of them that like to wrap my legs around it, wrap my arms around it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I think that's what it. I think that's what it is for me. Like, I like to, you know, put scratch marks on the back.
All that still wrap. It still works.
You know what I'm saying? So, what would be your biggest turn off physically?
Because he ain't never turned me off. I don't know. I mean, I can't. I don't really know because he really has never turned me off.
Okay. So what would be your biggest turn off?
So, I think my biggest turn off would be if he probably couldn't perform anymore.
Yeah,
that would do it. Bro, I'm out. I love you.
Yeah, it's funny because my husband and I talked about that last week, and we talked about how that would probably be a problem for me.
And that would probably be a problem for the both of us.
Like, not being able to lay the pipe no more. Like,
my husband probably be like, you cancel. Let me give me one of these little young things out here that's popping coochie all over the place.
Like, not being able to give me the like that would really
that would take me out to another
that would really be a
that's a Debbie Downer for real.
That's more than a Debbie
that might be
Downer.
For I'm leaving you.
You know what? So here's the thing. Like, I would like to.
No, I wouldn't leave.
I would like to say
we would have to discuss that and see how we could fix this thing.
I would like to say I would like to in good conscience say that I wouldn't leave. I would like to sit here and say as a mature adult that no, I love my husband and it's better for worse and I would never leave him, and I would love to say that. I really would. I would love to say that.
But there are things that could be worked out. I mean, even in that situation, there's some things that could be worked out. There may be something physically wrong that may need some medication. A little blue pill might help. I mean, it's things that can help.
Okay, so I think there's caveats to that. Like, what is the reason he's not giving me any?
He might not like your ass no more. I'm just
See,
saying.
and that's the thing. Like, there's caveats. Like, what is the reason? Like, if the reason is he's gotten sick or something like that, then I'm not going anywhere.
Absolutely
I'm thinking about my man. I'm holding him down,
then
right?
Because then, in the words of my husband,
you're
a punk bitch.
Right, I'm a punk bitch. If he just out here just withholding the D, then
it ain't. Most of the times in the withholding, they're capable. It ain't withholding, it's somebody else.
Yeah, then you're just asking for me to go and be for the streets. That's all I can come up with at that point.
I mean, well, yeah, because at this point, if he ain't giving it to you and it's not a physical situation with
you
him,
asking for me to be for the streets.
He has not become, or maybe he has become unattracted to you.
Sir, you have given me to the streets. You have given me to the streets. You have said, excuse me, hear ye, hear ye.
Here she is.
Streets, her name is Robin.
See what you can do with her, because I ain't got nothing.
I don't want her no more. Streets, she belongs to you. That's all I can come up with. Because
I guess.
You can't be out here just handing me over to the streets. Like, you know how I am. You know what I like. You can't just be out here voluntarily giving me up to the streets. It's just not how this works.
Yeah.
So if you just decide one day that you gonna wake up and be like, you know what?
This ain't working for me.
I ain't giving it to her no more. Okay, well, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny will. All a new addition.
If I love a girl, who cares who you like, right?
Listen. Mr. Telephone Man. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be something wrong with your line. Because I'm telling you, when you can't find my location and you out here and I'm shooting you the voicemail and you can't get a text message through, that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's bad, though. At that point, it's no even need to play no games. Just let it go.
Absolutely.
You might as well just let it go at that point.
And I think that's where we need to level this out at, because we've talked about the relationship part. I think we need to give them, how do you know you need to walk away? Because I'm tired of seeing why you ain't left yet? Like, why you still here? And here's the thing.
I've never been in that situation to say when you should or when you shouldn't. But I say this, as a woman or a man, you know when you fed up and you've had enough. Nobody can tell you when. Nobody can tell you how. When you are in a relationship or marriage or whatever the case may be, when you have had enough, it don't matter what that person does. It doesn't matter what that person says. It doesn't matter how that person makes you feel anymore. You are going to walk and leave everything behind. Well, some people will leave everything behind. I have a friend who did that, and I ain't going to say her name, but walked, called me like, hey, come help me pack my shit. I did it, because that's my dog.
Mm-hmm.
I did that shit. But at the end of the day, she had enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if you sure? And that was my first question. Are you sure before I come? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
She like crying. Yes, hell yeah, I'm sure. Bring your shit over here. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Walked their way with nothing but her shoes and clothes. Didn't give a fuck about nothing else.
So here's the
But
thing.
I'll tell you that's a Virgo mentality though. A Virgo will walk away from all this shit. They don't give a damn.
Because my peace of mind worth more. My peace of mind worth more. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about marriage because you will never hear me tell a married couple to walk away.
I would never tell a married woman nor a married man to walk away from their wife.
I am dead strong on I will never tell a married couple to get a divorce.
Nope. My thing would be like, y'all can't work that out. No,
it'll never come out my mouth. And I think anybody that does tell a married couple to get a divorce is a despicable piece of shit.
They're an asshole. Because
you're a piece of shit.
Don't do that to a married couple. That's the worst thing you can do to a married couple is tell them to walk. Because you don't know. You know bits and pieces. You don't know the whole story because somebody is not going to give you the whole story.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I'm a firm believer. My mom always said
three sides. Three sides.
Your side, they side,
and the damn truth
somewhere lies in the middle.
And the damn truth, because both y'all lying somewhere.
Because somewhere y'all lying.
Both y'all lying
done told a lie somewhere in the middle of this. So in the middle, from your shit and his shit, in the middle is the truth. So it's up to that person, whoever you telling it to decipher.
And it's not your place to tell a married couple to leave. Either way,
tell a married couple to walk away from each other.
Ever.
Not ever.
But these little shacked up relationships, boo things, all that other stuff, them I can have an opinion on. And them I
don't even have an opinion on them because that's what you want to do.
The reason I'm going to have an opinion on them is because, damn it, I'm going to try to save you before you get into the can't nobody tell you nothing.
If you ask me, I will tell you what my opinion is, but I'm just not offering it up.
And so here's the thing about that. I'm going to give you my opinion if your problem keep becoming my problem.
Now, if that happens, yeah, we going to have a talk.
If your problem continually becoming my problem, then I'm going to have to give you my opinion.
Yeah.
Because don't keep showing up at my house.
Yeah.
Don't keep ending up in my pockets.
Yeah.
Don't keep robbing our needing.
No.
I
ain't got it anyway. Don't call me.
Don't keep being on my phone. Oh, I got it. I just ain't giving it to you.
No, I ain't got it for you. I got it for me. I got it all day for me. Don't keep calling over here.
I tell people all the time, the word no is a full sentence. I ain't got to make up no excuse.
No.
The word no is a full sentence. I tell people that all the time. The word no is a full sentence. And you know what?
And as the older I have gotten, because I was the person, I'm coming, no matter what you call me, I'm coming. I'll give you whatever you ask me for. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know how hard I work for this shit? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
And ninjas ain't giving it back.
Give back? No, I'm not giving it because she got it. They got it.
Ninjas don't never.
Her husband doing it.
Don't never give it back.
Yes, we are doing it for us.
They'll never give it back. And listen.
That's why right now people call me, you got, I ain't got it.
Your problems become my problems. That's when I got an opinion about it. And the moment your problem become my problem, I got something to say. I got a whole lot to say the moment your problem become my problem.
I'm gonna be like, girl, you might need to reevaluate some stuff, honey.
Cause I'm gonna tell you that ninja you laying up with ain't got no job. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
As in the words of my daddy, you don't need to be with that nigga if you got a call over here.
That part.
My dad was notorious for saying that.
Like, what you over there with him for if you got to call me?
You got a nigga over here and you calling over here?
That part.
No, we ain't doing that.
That part.
Y'all better figure that out.
That part. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. Ladies, I have enjoyed the Been There, Done That.
It was good.
Version of this show.
I enjoyed it.
Stephanie said she missed the whole show.
Girl, what was you doing?
I don't know what she was doing.
You know, you one of the number one
8 o'clock.
You one one of the number one JOP fans. What is happening?
8 o'clock, ma'am. You know it started 8 o'clock.
You know this, honey.
Well, we
Go
about
back
to
and do the recap.
Right, rewatch it. Well, we about to get out of here. Thank y'all for kicking it on Ladies' Night tonight. We will be back next week with the relationship game. That should be fun.
I'm sure it will with the two of you.
That should be fun. We will be back next week, 8 o'clock, with the relationship game. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for them cards again. Lord, I don't know if I was glad to get a break from them cards this week.
Well.
Because them cards.
And your husband is very...
Them things got deep last week. But y'all, thank y'all for kicking it with us. This has been Just Our Opinion. Your girl Robin with my big sister Tina sitting at the table. Love y'all. Deuces.
Love y'all. Peace. Deuces.